Hi, I'm Ghost from ghostmusic.com, and you're listening to The Dev Room. But first, let's hear from our sponsors.
Today's episode is sponsored by ghostmusicom, the only place for developers to learn how to create their own video games, be better developers, as well as have a greater understanding and dialogue about being a better developer.
What is up? Today we're actually going to be covering branding tips as an indie developer. Well, over the last couple weeks, I've actually been studying more marketing, trying to market myself and brand myself out into the general public so, they can get a better understanding of what I do, what I want to accomplish with this business, and everything that possibly encompasses that under the sun. And after listening to a couple podcasts, which if you guys are not listening to podcasts, especially for marketing and all the stuff like that, you guys need to start doing so. But before you do that, make sure, pay attention to this episode, obviously, because, we do need you to listen. But, okay, so let's get into it. So one of the biggest things that you can actually do is you want to make sure that everything that you want to achieve, or your social media platforms, your website, even your LinkedIn profiles, your Facebook, all that sort of stuff, you want to make sure that the theme that you have is consistent. There's so many times that I've actually been doing research, and even going into my profiles, I've noticed that there is a very, very distinct lack of coherency towards just the whole entire branding process of everything. And it's kind of jarring now that I'm actually like retrospectively looking into this stuff. I never really thought in that my branding was ever that off. I always thought that everything that I did was actually consistent, even with my website design and stuff like that, because it had the simple black, white, and purple moniker that my company is basically known for at this point. And even with that, I noticed that the original design of my website was complete and utter garbage, which is just crazy to even think about. Over the last couple of days, I've just been restructuring everything to better fit that sort of narrative. Even my business model, I thought was very cohesive. Which I'm not gonna go over in this episode. In the next episode, we'll go over that. But what I'm trying to get, or the point that I'm trying to make, is that consistency of your branding is a huge part of what you want to achieve. Look at Disney, for all intents and purposes. Yes, they have a blue color scheme. They have white text. But the most iconic thing is that signature font, as well as Mickey's three circles. Anytime that you see those, you distinctively know. You, the deep reaches of your conscious, you know exactly who that is. It's why anytime that you watch any one of the Mickey Mouse episodes of any one of the shows, anytime that he turns his head, you still see those distinct three circles. It's to get it ingrained in you, and that's part of the branding of Disney itself, which again falls back into creating a better, or should I say a smarter concept for you, where you're branding among everything. And this is not just game design, this is not web design, this is software, web development, game development, all the engineering things in one place. Everything that you do, and I repeat, this is the most important takeaway. I want you guys to write this down. The most important part of branding is to make sure that no matter what happens, when they see your design or they see what you're bringing to the table, It is all one cohesive idea. This goes back even to basic game design. And again, because I'm a game developer, we're going into there. Um, when the most famous one of the most famous games, and this is not for one of the good reasons, is the Slaughtering Grounds. And we all know the story. If you guys didn't know, they ended up beefing with Jim Sterling. They took it to court. Jim won, but they created a game called the Slaughtering Grounds. Yeah, the company's Digital Homicide. Um, the game is, as Jim Sterling had called it, an asset flip, where you take a whole bunch of different pieces, different designs, different elements from different things created by different people that were thrown on the asset store, which is just a marketplace for 3D models and game development tools and all that sort of UI design and all that other stuff. And they hodgepodged it together to the point where it doesn't look like an actual one cohesive product. It looks like, for all intents and purposes, it looks like a student on their first year of game development would make this. This is the same stuff where you see Mario from the NES era and Sonic from the 32 from the Genesis era in one game. It doesn't look good. It really doesn't look good. But again, like I said, um, without a cohesive narrative or a cohesive design or cohesive branding, you are utterly going to get nowhere. And this is not to just take a jab at somebody or anything like that. I'm telling you guys this because it is one of the most important things. Over the last couple months, I have been fixing my branding issues from uh, specific things that just don't fit the theme anymore or just don't lend itself to just growing my company. I'm actually stripping them away as we speak and creating one cohesive theme amongst everything. And to be honest, it looks a lot better now. Which it by the time you listen to this podcast is probably not up. But when it is up, and I'll let you guys know in future date, we will be at the point where I would like it to see. Everything now is looking spot on, and I feel better about it. So I'm gonna lay it up to you guys. In the show notes, I'm gonna have a link to my website where this blog post will be posted with the podcast, and I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what in your design theme do you feel that branding you're going off brand, I should say, and what can you do to correct said design or element or whatever your branding is. And I want to know. I generally want to know. I want you to link me to something, I should say. Link me to where you think that it is off brand and tell me a little bit about it. And I want to go through the comments, and I actually generally want to see what you guys come up with, and maybe we might collab and I might tell you some things that I notice and you may be able to fix it and you may be able to build something better. And with that one, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.